Hello and welcome to the first lesson of Visual Design for UX and UI. Today we will be talking about why visual design matters. In this lesson you'll get an overview of what we'll be covering in the course. Read the following description and tell me what it is that I'm describing. Now look at this picture and tell me what the object in the picture is. When you compare that with the description that you read in the previous screen, which one did you understand right away was a tree? If you understood the drawing faster, you are not alone. As humans, we have a number of senses that help us understand our world. Linguistic, the intelligence of words. Logical, mathematical, the intelligence of numbers and reasoning. Musical, the intelligence of tone, rhythm, and timbre. Bodily kinesthetic, intelligence of the whole body and the hands. Interpersonal, the intelligence of social interactions. And intrapersonal, the intelligence of self-knowledge. But the most important and powerful is spatial. This is the intelligence of pictures and images. Roughly 60 to 65% of us are spatial visual thinkers. The majority of the human population who primarily understands information spatially and visually. 90% of the information processed by the brain is visual. So visual design is important to user interface because it helps the user understand the information you're trying to get across. Visual design is critical to understanding information. As an example of these two, which one is more readable? It's likely that you will have chosen the example on the right. Visual design also prevents mistakes from happening. In the example shown on the screen, which form is less likely to have fewer errors? Visual design reinforces perception. Out of the two designs, which is likely to be perceived as being more elegant? And visual design builds trust. Of the two designs, which are you most likely to give your credit card number to? So strong visual design helps understanding of information, prevents errors, builds trust, and creates an identity across different touch points of an experience. In this series of videos, you will learn about type, color, layout, visual hierarchy, brand, and how to apply aesthetic qualities to an interface. You will learn ways to put core interactions first, how to use color to guide the eye in subtle ways to inform the user, how to use typography to improve readability, and ways to focus the eye on the information and functions you want the user to pay attention to. You'll also learn ways to improve your visual design for the context of user interface and UX design. And you will apply these principles and techniques across multiple touch points to create a design system so they feel like the same family. To recap, today we had an overview of what we will be covering in the course. Up next in this series will be Principles of Visual Design, Gestalt Principles, Layout, Information Design, Color, Typography. We'll also be learning about visual design for user interface, brand and visual design, and have an intro to visual design systems. So now I'd like to hear from you. Go to the class website and find the link to Q&A. I would like to know what you learned today and hear about any questions you have so we can address them in future classes.